Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. I know what are you thinking now? Another video on OET Reading Part C? And yep, I hear you. You have probably seen the tips, tricks and the usual stuff. But here's the thing. Today we are flipping the lens. This is not just about choosing the right answer. It's about understanding the test writer's mind and why you keep falling for their traps. So, if we are digging into how to master opinion based reading, not memorize hacks, this video is for you all. So, if you have been scoring fives and six and wondering why, stick around because this is the version of Part C you haven't heard before. Got it? So, let's get real about what Part C is testing. You are not just being asked to read, you are being asked to interpret their tone and opinion, understand nuance in language, choose the most defensible answer. That means not the first one that looks right. So each passage is about a healthcare topic. Yes, but the questions? You have to think about it. They are designed to test your critical reading skills. What the writer believes, what the writer implies or feels. So, this section is not about facts, it's about attitude, intent, and subtle contrast. All right, I'm going to introduce a completely new strategy for this section. I call it as elite strategy. 5 steps to beat Patsy like a champ. So, if you have your notepad and pen ready, then you can start taking a note of the strategy. Let's get started. The first one is E for emotion and attitude. You have to pause after each paragraph and ask, what's the writer's attitude here? Are they skeptical, excited, or neutral? So if you come across words like unfortunately, notably, remarkably, give it away. Got it? And then the next one is L. Look for language shifts. Pay attention to contrast. The words like however, yet, in contrast, nevertheless, these change the tone and often set up the question. And the next one is I for interpret implications. What is the writer not directly saying, but strongly suggesting? Examiners love this. If a sentence says, while the surgery reduced symptoms, long term outcomes remain uncertain. So they are implying cautious optimism, not success. That's the nuance part C wants. Got it? And then finally, T. Always you have to check for the trap. It's a trap check. Always check for two classic traps. The first one is true but irrelevant options, which could sound correct but does not answer the questions. And the second one is extreme words like always, never, the only, which rarely reflect the writer's real tone. Got it? And then the final one, E, eliminate like a detective. Elimination isn't about finding the wrong one, it's about finding less precise options. So you have to ask yourself, is this answer too specific? Is it too broad? Is it only partially supported? And what you're left with is usually the safest choice. Remember that. Now let's put the strategy into action. So here is an example text. Digital health platforms are becoming increasingly popular, particularly in rural areas where access to specialists is limited. Although some clinicians express concerns over data privacy, others argued that telemedicine democratizes access to care. Notably, recent studies indicate that patients using these platforms report similar satisfaction levels to in person consultations. However, the long term impact on chronic condition management remains unclear. And here is the sample question. What is the writer's opinion about digital health platforms? And you have 4 options. You need to select the correct option from this. Widely accepted by specialists, temporary solution, equal satisfaction, improve access through concerns remain. Now, Let's break it down using the elite method. Okay, the first one is emotion and attitude. If you see the words like notably and democratize access, right, it shows positive tone. And the words like the concerns, there are some concerns mentioned here but not dominant, so overall tone is balanced but optimistic. And if you look for the language shifts, the words like although, it introduces contrast, and however near the end shows a slight caution, right? This shows the writer is being measured, not blindly positive. And the implications, while long term effects are unclear, satisfaction is the current focus. And if you see chronic condition management, that is also not dismissed, just marked as pending evaluation, right? And we have to do the trap check now. Widely accepted, if you see the option A, which is too strong, only some clinicians support it as per the passage. And option B, temporary solution, nowhere stated in the passage. So that is also not there. Equal satisfaction sounds right, but doesn't show overall opinion because they're asking about the writer's opinion about the digital health platform. So it does not show the overall opinion. And the last one, improve access, though concerns remain. So this is the balanced view plus acknowledges the concern. This is the correct answer. Option D is the right one. Easy, right? Now let's flip roles for a second. Imagine you had to write a Part C question. You wouldn't ask, what does the sentence say, right? You would ask, what does the author really mean? How does this sentence support the main idea? What feeling or doubt is being introduced? That's how examiners think. And once you read with their eyes, the right option starts standing out. Let's lock it in. Don't chase facts, track opinions, and use elite strategy, which is emotion, language shift, implication, trap check, and elimination. Remember the strategy, okay? And avoid extreme language and vague options. Focus on the writer's message, not just the details. Practice with full length text, not just isolated questions. Got it? So, reading Part C isn't about being a fast reader, it's about being a smart reader. You have to understand the tone, read between lines, think like the test maker. So, if you found this video helpful, kindly like, share, and subscribe for more OET tips. See you in the next video. Bye bye.